In his Let's Play of Deadly Premonition, Super Great Friend talks about that feeling you get when you find a game that speaks to you, that seems to be made specifically for you. I've had so much experience in gaming for close to 30 years now. I started out on the original NES. I migrated to the PlayStation era. I even drifted in and out of PC gaming, and now I am more or less a full time PC gamer. But I've never had that particular experience until I played Akuma Kira's Lunacid.
Long ago, a great beast came from the sea and brought with it a poisonous fog that spread across the earth. Corrupting everything it reached, the poison fog slowly transformed the world and brought about a new age. Now, grounded by the poison sky and outnumbered by creatures, humankind became desperate and formed feudal kingdoms. Closed off from each other, they became paranoid and are on the brink of extinction. Those deemed undesirable, such as criminals or the ill, are cast out, banished into the depths of the Great Well, a pit of the diseased and undead. The Great Well is said to have but one door to the surface.
Well, that was a lot of exposition, but essentially, Big Snake came out of the ocean, summoned by the moon, and poisoned the entire planet. And then the American healthcare system took over the world, and now anybody who is quote unquote undesirable are thrown into a big hole. So, this game has been getting a lot of flack. If you read the Steam discussion pages, it's considered, it's gotten a lot of negative feedback, a lot of name calling on aimed at Kira. And looking at this character creator, you might come to understand why a certain subsect of individual might take umbrage to this game. But we're gonna get through this character selector. It's gonna be a little bit scary, but you know it'll be okay. All right, it'll be okay. We don't even have to touch it. We don't even have to acknowledge it because it has limited impact on gameplay. The only thing that changes is in dialogue. So yeah, we're just going to ignore it, and we are going to go with literally anything else. It's a little bit scary, but we're gonna get through this character select. Yeah, let's see which. Yeah. We'll go with this charming person with horns, I think. The old man at the beginning called us a thief, so I mean I don't see any particular reason to change that. And thief is more or less the default experience. So let's go with this. There, we made it through the most terrifying part of Lunacid. We did it together. There we go. We have picked up our severed hand, courtesy of the old man. This is the only way forward, so let's head out. Press 1, tab, or select open menus. Yep, there's our character. Alright. Yeah, see, your pronouns are not even included on your character page. So there is nothing to fear anymore. We're just going to keep going. Follow the wind. Let's be going this way. Oh, now this is lovely. Like a very unusual Pietà. Newest of the fallen, take up your sword and fight. Okay. Well, alright, thank you, statue lady. There's a crystal over there, but first... It's the only sword we have, so let's go ahead and equip that. Yeah. Oh. Well, we have found a legit old school style save crystal. Alright. Well, we are equipped, we have a weapon, and now we are free to proceed. Oh, what's this? Ah, looks like we have a door here. We might not be intended to go that way, so let's back this way. Alright, door number 2. I am using the Silent Hill inspired aesthetic filter for this playthrough. If you look at the options menu, you have the option of several different aesthetic styles. We have the midnight one, which increases the contrast, lowers the saturation a bit, but I don't have the best vision, so let's find something else. Oh, that might be a bit motion sick. That is the VHS filter. PSX, a little bit rough around the edges. Definitely not Vaporwave. Let's stick with Silent Hill. Of course, this is a retro style, like, was it Kingsfield inspired RPG? So we can break pots and things like that to find different items. And a lot of those items are going to come in handy. Oh, you don't look friendly. Sorry, Mr. Snail. But I'm pretty sure you want to eat. And one of the most fun parts about this game is you can actually move the snail shell around. It is a fully functioning physics object. You can't break it or anything, but it's just a fun touch. And let's see what we got here. Temple of Silence to the right, Hollow Basin to the left. Alright, well, let's take a look over here. Oh, health vial, very handy. Now, how you this is a bit you might not be. It's a bit tricky to get used to the menu system in this game, but how it works is, let me back out real quick because I jumped the gun. You have quick item slots, so let's put our health vial in our quick item and back into our menu, and look at that. If you look at the top left part of your screen, you will see that we have the quick item available to us. We don't have to use it just yet. We are at full health. But let's look at here. Oh, well, looks like we need a key. I don't think he's gonna let us through. Are you, buddy? No. Alright, so we need a key to get through. So, let's head to the Hollow Basin, I guess. Another thing you might notice about this game, it is very, very dark. It is easy in some areas to just trip over monsters. We do get a spell that helps with that. We also can get a torch, and that is absolutely what we're going to be doing fairly soon. Let's try going this way. Oh, more snails. I believe the snails are a reference to another game. I cannot remember the name of it, sadly, but it is another dungeon delving sort of experience. I think it's more like inspired by kind of what they used to call blob RPGs, because the reason why it's called a blob RPG is because you have an entire party at your disposal, and they all move together in a single blob. There we go. More items. Very nice. Now, this snail is a bit tricky. I'll show you why. Excuse me, sir. Sir. There we go. So milk snails are a bit trickier. This is like a mini-boss this early in the game. Take off his head, he can no longer cast spells at us, which is good, and he's going to run away. Or try to. Hey. There we go. Oh, he went into a shell. That's okay, he's going to pop out again eventually. What I'm doing here is, how the combat system works is, like, yeah, you can just click to swing your sword. However, if you hold down the attack button, which is usually mouse 1, you can, if you time it correctly with that meter up on the top right flashing, you can land a critical hit. And that is how you take out things like the snail's heads, which is extremely useful with milk snails, because this early in the game, those hurt. Their spells hurt a lot. Alright, well, this is a nice area. We have some sunlight, and we have some other creatures wandering around. Now, these are 100% docile. They will not attack unless you attack them first. Let me see where I'm at, because unfortunately, this game does not have an in-game map. You basically have to memorize your landmarks and use mental pathing in order to navigate. Unfortunately, and this is something that I do wish that they had taken, that Kira had taken into consideration, I do not have the greatest grasp on things like where I'm going. I am the sort of person who needs GPS to get around town. So, I will be relying on community maps in the event that I get stuck or lost, which is entirely a possibility. So there are some very, very fine guides on Steam that include some maps, and I appreciate them for it. It must have taken hours of work to fully map out this game. Oh, here we go. Here's a nice chest we can open. Yeah, we got our first spell. So, no, wrong one. Magic rings. Let's go ahead and equip that. There's a flaming javelin, a weaponized form of pyromancy created by Fire Witch Ashley. Alright. So, by holding down the C key, we can charge up our spell and release it at will. This is very, very handy this early in the game. The only issue is going to whittle your mana down pretty fast. But, it should be fine. Oh, look, it's that door that we came across earlier, and we have just opened it. Sweet. Well, we can go back, we can save. Maybe we'll level up if we have enough experience. Yeah, you can only level up at those save crystals up here. Let me go ahead and let's see. Did we level up? We have. Oh wow. Okay. Now we have 6 points of divvy up. I am going to increase my speed just to make it a little faster to get around. Let's also do 1 in strength, 2 in defense. Just in case. Let's go ahead and save. Nice. Alright. Look over here. Oh, we have a new friend. She wasn't here before. And you look a little lost. This area is called Hollow Basin. It's the highest reach point of the Great Well. It's also one of the safest areas of the Great Well, except of course Wing's Rest. Speaking of Wing's Rest, I can spirit you there if you want. Sure. Gotcha, one moment. And welcome to the hub location. Let's go ahead and activate this crystal. Every new area you come across, first thing you want to do is find the crystal and activate it. Because if you don't, you will get a game over. No crystal means no resurrection. Alright, here's some people we can talk to. Salutations, Outlander. Welcome to the depths. I'm Edna. I study the sacred art of alchemy. If you happen on any materials during your journey, you should bring them to me. When it is not, you know, I am going to show you the menu. We do not have enough alchemy supplies to actually do some alchemy, so yeah. We have recipes for health vials, mana vials, crystal shards, antidotes, throwing knives. We will be getting more recipes later on as we experiment, but for now, we don't have enough supplies to really make much of anything. Here is our buddy Clive. I'm Clive. Well, hello there, Sonny. I am not doing that voice, I'm so sorry. People call me Clive. That's not really my name. I seem to have lost it. My memory isn't quite what it used to be. But my bones are good. I stay young by drinking these little health tonics. That's a lot of health tonics, sir. Here, why don't you take some? You look a little mealy. Be careful of wandering the depths. Not everything out there is as peaceful as a skeleton. I find it absolutely hilarious he says that, because we meet some skeletons in this game who are not so friendly as Clive. Alright. Let's do it together here. The moon cried to us in our time of need, which is odd because... Huh. Wait a minute. Didn't the moon start all this? Moon cried to us in our time of need. I'm pretty sure that the moon is responsible for poisoning the world. That's unusual. You keep that in mind as we progress. Ah, okay, well, here's another system we can do. If we have a weapon that can level up and come back and stick it in the blacksmith font here, we can actually level it up. Now, if I remember rightly, there is... I'm going to talk to this NPC in a minute, but I am pretty sure... Ah, there it is. That is what we're going to try to jump for. Yeah. There we go. Alright, now... Can't go that way. If I... There we go. Oh no. Ah! Okay. I don't think we have enough jump experience. Because jump, you can level up. So I don't think we have enough jump levels to reach that particular item. But we will. We will eventually. Cheryl the Crow, I love that. I love her so much. Oh, what a mess you've been caught up in. Welcome to the depths, outsider. Escape to the outworld has long been a myth. But if you're going to explore, why not prepare yourself? Fancy a new trinket, perhaps? Sure. Let's do that. Oh! An enchanted key? Well, that sounds like the kind of item that I would need to get past that door in the Hollow Basin, so let's grab that. Let's see here. Monovial might be nice to have on hand, but let's save up for the repair for now. So we have the key. Let's go ahead and go back to the Hollow Basin. Now, we are not going to the Temple of Silence just yet, because, much like other RPGs, going to the next area without grinding a little bit and getting more items, experience, levels, is generally a bad idea. That is a good way to die in this game, and I do not plan on dying. I'm not trying to do a deathless run, because for me, that is next to impossible. What I am going to do is try to avoid it as much as possible. Let's just head back to that river area. Do not worry about the darkness, that is going to be cleared up very soon. Alright. Let's go back here. One of those little guys for now. Ah, file. Nice, now we have 3 of them. Oh, right. Let's try out our spell. Good. Yeah, we're not the only ones who can cast spells. There it goes. Huh. That one was a little bit glitched. Because they usually face you. That's interesting. Well. Let's see if I can find other items. Because I know there's other items in this area. Kind of poke around. Aha! There we go. Ah, we got a mana vial. Nice. Yeah, there's here. Another spell ring. Ghost light, here we go. Let me go ahead and equip that, and alright. So, for our second spell, we hold down the V key, which is a little strange, but it works. Unfortunately, I'm already low on mana because of that, but I do want to show you, because now with this, it is much more lit up. Not by much, but still a good amount. But for now, get this milk snail. It's trying to avoid me and run away, but it's not working for him very well. Okay. Yeah, now these darker areas are a lot easier to navigate, that's for sure. Oh, it does not last long, though. So, I'm going to equip this mana vial, but I'm not going to use it because I believe heading back to the save crystal will, in fact, restore our mana. So keep that in mind if you can help it. Save your mana vials for when you are in combat, because you can just as easily replenish it by visiting your save crystal again. And if you hadn't realized, all of those enemies are the same exact ones that we took out earlier. Minus the shulker, of course. Enemies respawn when you warp out of an area and come back. So, anytime that you want to replenish enemies for the sake of grinding experience, you're probably going to have to warp back to Wing's Rest and then warp back in to reset the level, if that makes sense. But it's not just level based. If, say, for example, you go from Hollow Basin to another area, which is the Yosei Forest, and then a couple of other areas, those enemies will still be gone so long as you do not warp out of the area. It's almost like these warp crystals take you to another dimension, if that makes sense. Not necessarily, or maybe you just time travel. Yeah, we're gonna video game logic this away with time travel. Sorry. But no, it's just enemies respawn when you use a warp crystal. Or, oh no, I guess they do kind of like... No, they do. I am so sorry. They do respawn if you go from area to area, because basically anything that prompts a loading screen, enemies will respawn. So, go ahead and... So I think it's our... Yeah, it's our dexterity that improves our jump. So I'm going to improve our jump so we can go back to Wing's Rest and get that potion. And it also increases our damage done with ranged weapons. Alright, well, I am going to be doing some leveling and then head out to the Silent Temple. So let's do that on the next episode of Lunacid. See you then.